day 25, I got up and I was headed to Zion National Park. This would be a relatively short day because I wanted to spend some time riding through the park and enjoying the beautiful scenery. Zion was a place that I visited a couple of times before and I really enjoyed it. However, this time would be, well, a little bit different. The last time I was in Zion was 2011 with my buddy Wayne as we were taking our cross-country trip. We were there at the park around the same time of year and we had no problem with accessing pullouts or running into any heavy traffic. However, now in 2019, it seems that Zion has become much more popular. And in fact, I had heard stories from people along the way that there was some rather stupid behavior in the park. For me, I did not find any of this poor behavior, just a lot of heavy traffic, making it less than ideal to enjoy the natural beauty. I was also disappointed in the development that has happened outside of the park. On our prior visit, there was a gap between the park and the surrounding communities. However, this time I found that this break has been filled with hotels and restaurants. Again, I understand why this kind of development occurs and is even good for the surrounding area, but it does take away from being able to enjoy the scenery. Now, don't get me wrong, Zion is an amazing place and I encourage everybody to go there. But it's probably best to go in the off-season because Zion is getting to be a very popular destination during the summer. I had tried to get a space within the park, but there was just no way. Everything was filled. So I found a campground outside of the park that had very good reviews. It was supposed to be beautiful. The description of the campsite said they were along a river and it was going to be very quiet. Well, when I got there, the site was nothing as advertised. There was not a river in sight and I was stuck between a big RV and a guy camping in his car. Which is fine, but the sites were very close together and I could see this was not going to be the experience I was looking for. In addition, the site was covered in about 4 inches of gravel and there was no way I was getting my 900-pound touring bike in there and especially back out of there. I actually tried and it didn't work very well. But ultimately, I decided to bite the bullet and head into town where I could find a hotel. Everything ended up working out great as I found a Best Western, and being a Diamond Rewards member, I was upgraded to a suite with a jacuzzi tub, which I took advantage of that evening. I also found a great restaurant just down the road. While it cost me a bit more than I had planned, I took the lemons I was given and I made lemonade. Let me stop here and talk about one thing that I do to help reduce my hotel costs. And that is that my wife and I take all of the credit card points that we accumulate throughout the year, that is buying gasoline, buying food, motorcycle parts online, whatever we purchase with this card, which is most of our purchasing, right? And we trade them in for these things, and that is a Best Western Rewards travel card. Right? And on this particular trip, I had $900 worth of these cards that helped reduce my costs at hotels. Now, one of the things you may not know about me is that I am a big fan of Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie, and of course the late Art Bell before him. And while I do not believe in every topic that is discussed on the show, I do find it a welcome break from the ugliness of most of our ongoing political disagreements. One of the major topics discussed on Coast to Coast is, of course, UFOs. And the hotbed for UFO activity in the United States is Area 51, or Groom Lake Nellis Air Force Base near Las Vegas, Nevada. The Groom Lake base is where most of our top secret planes are tested, such as the SR-71 Blackbird and the F-117A stealth fighter. Area 51 is also legendary as a location where recovered UFO technology, like the 1947 Roswell crash, is stored and tested. Now, are there really crashed UFOs at Area 51? Well, most likely not, but we do know that the base is used for top secret testing, as I described, and that is most likely the true source of most of the sightings in the area. Note I said most, because there are some things that make you go, Nevada has taken advantage of this lore and named the stretch of highway skirting the eastern side of the base as the Extraterrestrial Highway. And I just could not resist visiting this area while I had the chance. In particular, I wanted to travel the Extraterrestrial Highway to Rachael, Nevada and visit the Little Alien Inn, which is a restaurant, inn, and campground in the middle of, well, basically nowhere. On the way to Rachael, you will travel past the site of the Black Mailbox, which was reportedly the place where the men in black would receive their assignments. In truth, the box was the mail drop for a rancher named Steve Medlin, who had written his name on the side. There was also a smaller box that was posted with the name Alien. While it was true that the original box was black, it was painted white and made of a bulletproof material after some vandalism occurred. Eventually, in 2015, the box was removed and then replaced by a group of UFO enthusiasts who now maintain the box that you see in these pictures. The site of the Black Mailbox is often used as a meeting place for UFO hunters who are trying to get a glimpse of flights coming out of Area 51. As far as the Little Alien Inn goes, it is basically a full-blown tourist trap, with bad alien-themed food, t-shirts, and rubber masks. They even have a captured UFO rigged up on a tow truck. Now, if you go there just for the fun of it, let me warn you, there is no fuel available other than the $7 per gallon stuff they sell to unprepared travelers. Make sure you have enough gas to get there and back. The closest station is in Alamo, 54 miles from Rachael. I was originally going to camp in Rachael, but after visiting and seeing the facilities, I thought better of that decision. So I jumped back on the bike, headed to Alamo, and then on to Las Vegas. Since Las Vegas was a spur-of-the-moment thing, I really did not have a plan. So when I saw Craig Road in North Vegas, I thought, hey, let's get off and give this a try. And I found the Cannery Casino. The Cannery was a very nice place, not overcrowded. And there were a couple of restaurants there, one named the Victory Cafe and Sports Bar. It was meant to be. I had a very nice evening at the Cannery Casino, but unfortunately I was not able to take in a show, as they only happen on Friday and Saturday nights, and this was a Wednesday. The next morning, another viewer stopped by for breakfast, and we rode together, heading out of Vegas towards Death Valley. Of course, when I stopped at the Alien Brothel on the way out of town for a quickie, he threw me to the wolves and said he wasn't going to have anything to do with me. But the reptilian girls were worth it. Just kidding, honey. I'm just kidding.
Hi, everybody.